Hello friends, today we will discuss about a topic called employment opportunities in print media. Print media has a very long history, as you all know. It has a history of 600 years back, and so it has a bright future because it has the longest history as compared to other media. It has a brightest future as well in the time to come. Print media is the most popular media, though it's an era of new media, but print media also have a lot of job opportunities, a lot of employment opportunities. It has a bright career. I would like to tell you the difference between employment and career. Employment is the first break when you get a job, but career is even for your editor has a career because he can further go ahead. He has a career. She has a career. So employment opportunities I'm talking here in this context in print media. Print media has a very broad line of action. You have newspaper in print media. You have magazine in print media. We have news agencies also in print media. Then we have feature agencies in print media. There is a scope of freelancing in print media, and there is self-employment in print media. Other than that, there is book also is considered to be a kind of print media. So, and leaflet, pamphlet, these are also print media. So these are all scopes of print media where we can get jobs. In newspapers, we have variety of jobs. We can work on on the desk as a sub-editor, and in the field one can work as a reporter or correspondent. Correspondent is one who corresponds from the distance, and reporter is one who visits the place, who visits the office. So reporter and correspondent both are field persons, whereas sub-editor is a desk person. So in the newspaper we have a lot of opportunities, broadly a desk opportunity and field opportunity. So first job is trainee sub-editor in the desk. Trainee sub-editor means you will be further trained. You are not trained after doing your degree, whether BMC or MMC or PGDMC or whatever degree you get, or when you enter in the job, you are first posting in print media as sub-editor. Sub-editor 2 as a trainee sub-editor, I should rather say. Trainee means you will be further trained. You will be further trained means you will be on training for 1 year or 2 years, depending on your performance, and then your job will be confirmed, and then you will be a sub-editor. And then there is a lot of career opportunities ahead, like senior sub-editor, safety in charge, chief sub-editor, then deputy news editor. Then you have views section where you have assistant editor, executive editor, associate editor, resident editor. A lot of opportunities are there. But the first break is that of a sub-editor. In newspaper also you have a morning newspaper, you have an evening newspaper, you have a specialized newspaper like Economic Times, Financial Express, Business Standard, Business World, Arth Chetna, Vyapar Chetna, Arth Jagat. This is specialized economic newspapers. Then you have evening newspapers. You have different editions of newspaper, different types of weekly newspapers are also there. Even newspapers are weekly and fortnightly newspapers are in the broadsheet with a 52 centimeter long and 8 column, normally 8 column. That's a newspaper. Then we have a tabloid newspaper. In all such newspapers, there are desk opportunity and there are field opportunity. On the desk, we get a job of trainee sub-editor. A sub-editor, a journalist should start the job from the desk rather than, even if you are interested in field, it is better to start your job from the desk, because when you start your job from the desk, you learn what are the requirements of the desk, how your stories are treated on the desk. So after working for a year or so on the desk, even if you are interested in reporter's job or correspondent job, you can move, because then you will file a story according to the exact requirement of the desk, which leads to more and more possibility of getting your stories published. So trainee sub-editor is the first opportunity, and normally a person who is very much extrovert, social, amicable, mixing, prefers to get a job of reporter or correspondent, because there is a lot of opportunity to interact with the society. But those who are introvert, normally they prefer the job of a sub-editor. I mean trainee sub-editor or trainee reporter, trainee sub-editor. So this is in newspaper. Similarly, in magazine, we have sub-editor, trainee sub-editor, and we have reporter, trainee reporter, and trainee correspondent. Similarly, in the news agencies, like you have lot of news agency, AP, FP, TAS, Reuters, UNI, PTI, Univarta, Bhasha, you can get a job of sub-editor, trainee sub-editor, and then field also, reporter, correspondent. These are the opportunities where you work as a trainee. Then you have job opportunities in feature agencies. We have so many feature agencies, Info, Deo Feature, Newsman Feature, Global. There's so many feature agencies now emerging in a big amount. So there also one can work on the desk, and one can also work on the in the field as a reporter and correspondent. Then there is a lot of opportunities as a freelancing in a newspaper, magazine, and so many journals. You can write stories for magazines, journals, newspapers, and then we have opportunities in book publishing. In book publishing also one can work as a sub-editor in book publishing. Other than that, in print media, one can work as a graphic designer, of course, on a training period. Then we can work on as an assistant animator, field of in animation. Lot of opportunities emerging in the field of animation. So one can work as an assistant editor. Then production assistant is another opportunity in all the print media, whether it is newspaper or magazine or feature agency. In news agency, you have a graphic designer, animator, production assistant. Broadly in newspapers and magazines, there are more opportunities, and in print media. So these are a lot of opportunities in print media. But the qualities required for a print media, you should have a very good control over your language. Then you should have good knowledge of the general current affairs. Then knowledge of graphics, knowledge of animation, knowledge of technology. Technology means computer, mobile handling, tab, laptop, and new use of connectivity. So now a technocratic society, we are moving towards a technocratic society. So in print media, there is a need for good knowledge of technology. Then you should have knowledge of society. Other than mass communication, the knowledge of society is equally important. Indian society, I mean sociology, economics, Indian economy or economy, world economy, national economy or the world economy, economy of your regions. So these are all very important. Economy, politics, knowledge of politics. Because journalism is the most interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary branch, where you can't work in a vacuum. Media is just a tool. So tool cannot work without the input. So we need the knowledge of language, economics, politics, society, law, and science, applied science. So a lot of interdiscipline. Then only you can produce a good content in the newspaper. Then the boldness is required in print media, whether you are working on a desk or you are working in the field. You should be bold enough, courageous to face the challenges that is emerging every day. So a lot of qualities are required. You should have nose for news. you should smell the news and feel for society. So there are a lot of good qualities required for getting employment in a newspaper or magazine or on feature agencies or even freelancing or book publishing. So friends, these were some of the opportunities which I discussed about in print media, and these are the job opportunities, employment opportunities. Now if you like my video,